Remember that every relationship is unique. No two people interact with each other in the same manner because we are all individuals. A parent may occasionally give the impression of favoring one child over another. Although no parent is perfect, they should always try to be fair to their children. Each child may benefit from a little different approach, so it's common for parents to treat each child slightly differently. However, persistent and systemic partiality is unquestionably a problem. Consider the situation carefully. Different treatment patterns sometimes indicate partiality, but other times they reflect parents' adjustments to their children's needs and behaviors. You might be able to understand what's going on by asking yourself a few questions. Have sanctions and rights been merited? One child may face harsher punishment if they break more rules. A child that behaves more responsibly might be granted a few additional privileges because they have demonstrated their reliability. Check to see if the action explains, or does not explain, the results. Are obligations and rights compatible with a person's age and abilities? Older children may be given more freedom and duties since they are prepared for them. But if a younger child of the same age and ability is handled drastically differently when they arrive, it could indicate a concern. Do the same rules hold for various activities? Do parents attempt to attend both a child's football game and theater performance? Do all children have equitable access to opportunities? Do all children have equal access to opportunities that are suitable for their interests and skill sets? Does one child currently require more? One child may require more care for a while due to factors including diseases, bullying, disabilities, social problems, and other challenges. Parents should still make time for other children, of course. Know when parents favor their children depending on their identity. Children are frequently treated differently by parents due to traits that are entirely outside of their control. Bias can sometimes be caused by things like heredity, birth order, gender, and more. Possible explanations include: firstborn children may receive greater attention and appreciation for their maturity and responsibility due to their birth order. Younger children might receive greater treatment because it is assumed that they require more care. Middle schoolers might be ignored. Personality compatibility: on occasion, two people just click more easily. Even though this might occur in every household, it only becomes an issue when it manifests as overt partiality. Genetics: some parents prefer their biological children above stepchildren or adoptive children. Advice: don't accept or assign blame for these behaviors to children. Children cannot select their basic identity or their birth circumstances. If parents determine that some children deserve better or worse care based on these factors, they are to blame. Be mindful of the potential effects that parental moods and mental illnesses may have. When stressed, parents could be favoritism, such as during marital or financial problems. Sometimes, mental illnesses lead to disordered thinking, which can contribute to favoritism. When under stress, a parent may react impulsively without considering how their actions are hurting their children. Sometimes, kids who assist a frazzled parent more end up being the favorite. Recognize that parents, not children, are to blame for parental favoritism. Parent must still treat their child properly and respectfully, even if they are difficult children. The parent's choice to treat the children differently is not their fault. If you're not getting better treatment, blaming yourself won't help. There is nothing you did to earn this. Even if you've messed up, your parent is still in charge of what they do. The favorite sibling hasn't acted in a way that merits preferential treatment, and they haven't even requested it. Their fault is not in this. Try to keep your parents' perspective in mind. How would your parents describe the variations in care? Even if you disagree with their justification, it can be beneficial to consider the situation from their perspective.
Determine when poor parenting constitutes abuse. If your parents are acting cruelly toward you in other ways or treating you less favorably than a sibling, this may constitute abuse. If any family member is abusing a child, tell a trustworthy adult. There are numerous forms of abuse, some of which include name-calling, unfair blaming, silence, humiliation, and ignoring are all forms of emotional abuse. Providing inadequate food or clothing, and failing to seek medical attention when you're ill or hurt are all examples of neglect. Physical abuse includes shoving, kicking, hitting, and restraints, as well as intentional wounds and bruises and threats of harm. Sexual abuse includes touching you in private areas, viewing pornographic material on you, expressing sexual thoughts about you, or coercing you into doing sexual actions.